boss.
Well, you the boss.
I could only go after you say I could go.
Okay, we'll take our first break at 20 minutes. Well, thank you for staying here with us on Power 102.1 FM and very special nighttime greetings to you. Special thanks as always to my brother Mac Daddy, kicking off our afternoon into evening live programming here on Power 102 FM, your number one all-round station. Special thanks also to Skippy and Richard Norrie. Well, taking our time, it's now 10 minutes after 7 o'clock, and we do welcome you to Sexplosion here on Power 102 FM with the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, which is located in St. Augustine. And a very special good evening to you, my big brother. How are you today?
Pleasant good evening to you. A pleasant good evening to all the listeners, the viewers, those of you on social media, those of you on our app, those of you on the web. I see they have moved the camera again.
Yeah, but it's right above to you, the left of you.
Okay, there we are now. Okay, I'll have to take a look at how and see how we look. And pleasant good evening to everyone. And we're here to deal with sex and
Yeah.
information about sex.
Yes.
You know, this morning I was listening to of course I listened to my favorite radio station, Power 102. And on my way to work, I was listening to this person who was there talking about, sexual abuse and especially among children and whatnot. So I listened, and I always try to pick things out of it so I could decipher it on my program and maybe add something to it. And he was talking about, I think there were 18,000 active cases right now with abuse of children. Not only sexual abuse, but I mean abuse generally. But then the question was asked about the sexual abuse, and one of the questions that was put to the person was, could it be because of the changes in law? And the person says no, but I'll tell you, yes, it is because of that. Because many years ago, not many years ago, a few years ago, maybe less than 20, 25, 30 years ago, there was a age limit as to who you can have sex with. And that changed and changed and changed. And now we are that age of 18. So anyone under the age of 18 can make a report. Before that, only a person under the age of 14 or under the age of 16. So there are lots of changes that have taken place over the years. I'm not saying that it's bad that there are changes. Please, I don't want anybody to think that. What I'm saying is that because of changes in the laws and because of changes in society, we have things that are happening now that would not have happened 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago. And sometimes a person will say, well, in the olden days that would have never been reported, that would have never been said, but in the olden days it wasn't law and it wasn't illegal. Now it is. And when you talk about the olden days and if you go back in time, you will see where there are many things that were considered to be illegal now were legal then. And we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We can't tell what is going to happen in the future. Same with marijuana laws and cigarette smoking and even alcohol prohibition. We all know about what happened with prohibition in the United States, where at one time alcohol was illegal, and because of that, because alcohol was illegal, it bred all these gangsters, these famous gangsters, Lucky Luciano, Al Capone, Bonnie and Clyde. All these people came about because of that. So you have to understand the changes in society and the changes that happens because of certain things that happens in society. Even in Trinidad, a lot of people don't know this, or they don't even pay attention to it, or they don't want to know about it. We had guerrillas in the hills of Trinidad and Tobago at one time.
Yeah.
In the 70s. You know that?
Yeah.
Guy Haywood.
Right.
Dabro.
Yes.
Yes. And they were all killed.
Yeah.
And the only way you could have dealt with it is that they had to be killed. End of story. Whether, I mean, maybe family members will say, well, it shouldn't have been done so. Maybe law-abiding citizens will say, well, yes, it should have been done so. Whatever the reason that they decided to take up guns against the state or guns against the banks or whatever, that's what they did. But at the end of the day, you paid the price. And then even if you go back in our history, you read about the Boise Sings and the Cap Boys and the Pulul brothers.
And the
Abdul Malik and all these things. And sometimes when you dig a little deeper, you see things in a different light. But with sexual laws and sexual changes in our society, it is an evolution that is taking place all the time. There is nothing new with sex. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Since the dawn of man, there is nothing new with sex. What is new with sex are the laws that govern sex and behavior of people.
The do's and the
When you
don'ts.
look at the old West days, you feel people used to go and ask for consent to have sex with a woman?
Oh, no.
Never. In the medieval days in England and Europe, you think anyone would ask a woman if it is okay for me to touch you? It is expected that you'll do that. And these are the things that would happen. You see someone, depending on your feelings for the person and your sexual appetite at the time, things happen. And if you look back, even at the kings and queens and others of those era, you'll see those things were happening with everyone. It doesn't have to be the poor in society. So this afternoon I was listening to the news again, of course on my favorite radio station, heading home. The only time I really listen to radio is when I'm in my car, as you know.
Yeah, well, of course.
But that's the only time I have spare time to listen to radio. And here I am listening to the news, and Pope Benedict XVI, who is in retirement, and he said that he's going to keep quiet and he'll be invisible, but he's very visible, wrote a paper about homosexuality and pedophilia in the Catholic Church, and he blamed it on the 60s.
He did.
He said because of the openness of sex in the 60s, that's why he had so much pedophilias and
Homophobic?
no, homosexuality and homosexual behavior in the churches. But I think he's wrong. I honestly think, this is not an attack on Christianity or anything like that.
No.
I think that gentleman, 91 years of age, should just not write anything. Because people were doing that way before the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
In the church.
Yes, it was.
So you
happening.
can't turn and say it's the 60s that caused that change, that transformation. I know the 60s there was a liberalization of the way people think when it came to sex. But I don't want people to think it's only because of the 60s we are where we are today with sex education and sexual behavior and all those things. It is not. The sexual revolution has been happening all the time. It is happening every day, today in our society. In every society. It is not something unique to any one geographical area of the world, I mean, we are very close to the United States, so we are part of the Americas, and you have things that are changing there, and it impacts upon us. Yes, it does. But that does not mean to say we don't have our own sexual revolution taking place here. And take Carnival, for instance.
Oh, yeah, perfect example.
That is our sexual revolution. Carnival has been revolutionized from the days of your father with the full breastplate and armory and everything to nothing, beads.
About suit.
Well, nothing but suit, beads. Beads. It's
Yeah,
beads that hold up the
yeah.
crotch and beads that hold up the
Yeah.
side. It's a small, and I know girls who go and paint, they're totally nude and they paint
Yes, they
themselves.
think them, yeah. This year was a popular year for that
But,
as well.
but this is what is happening. That is a sexual revolution. So it's nothing confined to one geographical area, and it's not confined to any particular situation or any particular country. Now, if you study Europe, throughout Europe, there has been a change, the Victorian era, the era of the kings and queens, the era of people becoming more empowered, the industrial revolution, all these things taking place. That also caused change in people's behavior.
It does.
So when we come back, we'll discuss that.
Just to remind you that you're listening to Sexplosion on this Thursday evening. with the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, located in St. Augustine. We're going to take that break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
The festival, Easter Sunday, April 21st.
Yo, this is Butch Band.
The Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain.
Tell them Butch Rock, come forward.
Just added to I Am Legend the Festival, Jamaica's youngest and newest superstar, Coffee. Coffee. I Am Legend the Festival, along with Wayne One, also featuring Luciano, the Messenger.
Yeah, this is Luciano, the Messenger, inviting one and all to the big night called I Am Legend.
Singing Melody, Tony Curtis, and the group Lust. Gates open at 3 p.m. For more info, call 610-BUJU and 484-BUJU. Buju Coffee. I Am Legend. The festival. Easter Sunday, April 21st. The Queen's Park, Savannah.
Hello, beautiful mothers. Your special day will soon be here, so get ready to spend it at To Mom with Love. A spectacular sumptuous brunch on Mother's Day, Sunday, 12th May at the elegant Dorito Hall Center of Excellence. Be entertained by the Caribbean's renowned saxophonist Francis Prime, Sweet Soca Man Baron, the multi-talented Xavier Strings, the vibrant Lucho and the Gifted, the sexy and beautiful Trisha Lee Calshaw, the smooth and sultry Cameron Carter, and vocalist extraordinaire Nadia Batson. Admission only $390. A limited amount of the tickets by Saturday, 13th April cost a massive $40 less while stocks last. Family table options are also available. Tickets available at Cleves, Crosby's, Rodney Supermarket, Disco Mart Tunapuna, Suntex.com, and all NLCB Lotto outlets. This one is not to be missed. To Mom with Love, Mother's Day, Center of Excellence.
What I can tell you, it's the league we never knew we needed. The Sunshine Snacks Ballpark Community League every Monday from 6 p.m. at the NL Ballpark Stadium, which is located in Macoya. Come out and see Beatniks SC, Pacemakers, MIC Tigers, Unveil FC, Love in the House, Vampers FC, Matarita FC, and SME. They're all battling for greatness at the NL Ballpark Stadium at Macoya. Spectators are absolutely free. Remember, the Sunshine Snacks Ballpark Community League is on every Monday at the ML Ballpark, Macoya. See you there. Well, you've got to think twice at home, at work, and in your community. Think twice, think clean, and think green. The 3 R's is simple: reduce, reuse, and recycle. To reduce, take small portions of food and go back for seconds. If you are still hungry, put the leftovers food in reusable storage containers so you can have a bit later on. So before you use without thought, reduce, think twice for a cleaner, greener Trinidad and Tobago. Powered by Swimcall, the Trinidad and Tobago Solid Waste Management Company Limited, Power 102, and Boom 94. In associations with Salu Enterprises, Price Club Supermarket, Bush Mountain TT, and the Gillett Group of Companies. So folks, at home, at work, and in your community, you've definitely got to think twice. Well, we welcome you back to Sexplosion on this Thursday evening with the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center. And I can tell you, there is where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Yeah.
When we talk about the revolution, mental revolution, that revolution is taking place all the time. And that revolution is driven by information. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The more informed and the more educated a society becomes, you find that there are changes taking place. And the more empowered the individual becomes financially and otherwise, there are changes that are going to take place. And the obvious change that is going to take place with human beings is the sexual change. And I'm not talking about transformation from a male to a female. You know.
What
I'm
is
talking about the mental change when it comes to the acceptability of things of a sexual nature or the behavior sexually. But many a times we are controlled by the morality of society, religion, the culture from which we come. Those are the things that challenge and controls it. But I have seen from my studies and from the things that I've been doing over the years that there is a slow and sometimes rapid transformation in the behavior of individuals. Things you did not expect from one segment of society is happening, and it's happening at a rapid rate. And I'm wondering what is causing that. Even morality, in the sense that, you know, the things that we grew up with and the values we grew up with are no longer the values of persons now. And I'm not saying whether it's good or bad, but the values have changed. So someone like myself, well, of course, having an analytical mind and being in the sphere of sexology and social anthropology, I understand these things and I accept it easier than a person who is not. Let's take, for example, I am coming from the 60s and 70s and 80s, and I having to deal with persons of the 90s and 2000s, the new millennia, and their behavior and the way they value things and the way they look at things. It's difficult because their value system is much different from the value system by which I grew up in, and you yourself.
Yeah.
But if I did not have that understanding that yes, things have changed, and we got to go with the changes. Now we don't have to. People say, well, you have to go with the changes and you have to accept the changes, but not all the time, you know. If the changes are not good, why accept it? Why? And you see I'll tell you something a part of the sexual revolution. The sexual revolution today with women is a false thing. And I'll ask you a simple question. How many times you have met a person that you see their photograph or depiction on Facebook or other social media, and when you see them, it's a disappointment to you?
Oh, yes, many.
How many times? What's the percentage of that?
I would say maybe 70%.
I'll tell you 90%.
90.
90% of the times, what a woman portrays on social media,
It's completely different.
and when you see her in real, you balk at it. It's like, what? That's the same person? Nah, she don't look nothing like that. And that's a fact. Women don't portray themselves in their true likeness anymore. And that's part of the sexual revolution. That's part of the revolution that is taking place. Because the guys out there are willing to accept this falsehood. They're willing to accept you with filters. And when they see you in real, it's like, okay, we could still be friends, we can get a piece.
But that's...
Whereas with me, it will be,
cut off.
okay, you presented a false image, so you're an imposter. I don't want to have anything to do with you. You're unreal. So times have changed. Things have changed. Long ago when you had a photograph of a woman, that was the photograph of the woman.
Definitely.
You didn't have to ask a second question.
No.
That's why when people look, persons know, when they look at a photograph of a woman now, they say, wait, she was beautiful and she still is.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you used to look better than the photo that you took.
Yeah, correct. You're so right about that. The person will always look better in real than the photograph.
Yeah.
Now, the photograph looks better than the person. So if you have to go to bed with that person, you have to stick up the photograph in front of you. And only concentrate on the photograph because you dare look at the person.
Yeah. True.
Because if they're 300 pounds, they portray themselves as 195. They'll find a way to do it. If they have blemishes on their skin and whatnot, they cover it up with filters. If they're dark skin, they'll make themselves look lighter. If they're all right looking, they make themselves look very attractive. But they don't show certain parts of their bodies and whatnot. So it leaves you to think.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You have to use imagination.
No, but what I say is the picture you're presented with is
completely-
completely different from what you see in real. So what are we portraying in society? After a while, it's going to come back and that there will be a change with that also, you know. There will come a time, and it's coming very soon, because I see it happening already, where a person will say, here what? Send me a real picture of yourself. Take out a picture now and send it, because what you have up there is not you. Women put the best filtered photographs to attract. And again, It's to trap. That's what they're doing. It's to trap someone. Now, you'll say, well, how come they trap me? They're looking to trap you. They don't want you. They want someone else to trap. But it is a trap. That falsehood is there for a sexual trap. And we must understand that. There are lots of things that are being portrayed today that are not real. So we live in a false world with a false sense of security. It is not the acceptable norm, but it's becoming normal. I tell you, 90% of the time I'm disappointed when I see the person in real. 90% of the time. But I don't set myself up to say, boy, I have to take a look at this person. No, I don't. Because I know what I'm going to see is not what is being portrayed. Unless, of course, the person does unfiltered pictures or natural pictures, as you will say. That's why, my son was saying, and I keep repeating that, if you lie in a girl today, I think I should be beach and make sure she duck down in the water, Because what coming back out is not the real thing, No, that is the real thing. You'll see what coming back out. What went in the water is not the real thing. The real thing will be coming out.
Yeah, sometimes, they leave their faces in
face and hair and nails and everything else remain in there.
Yeah. I can see that.
But,
I agree with that 100%.
But why do we want that superficial look at that false thing? And why can't women feel empowered enough or have that sense of self-esteem to portray themselves as they really are?
Yeah, but then again, when you look at it from the other side, okay, let's say a woman is going out with a well-known guy. When he is taking her out, she wants to upgrade herself. You know what I mean? Look,
No, that is
you don't think,
okay. That is one angle, but I'm talking about just portraying yourself on social media. That is not going out with a guy. That is not being with somebody famous. Even some of these famous persons, have you ever seen them without makeup and whatnot?
Oh yeah.
You run like hell, You run like hell.
Yeah, but getting back to what you say, in the sense that they're putting up false information. But as you rightfully mentioned before that is to get you attracted to the pic that they put up.
Well, right. It's a trap. They say the only way to catch fly is with honey. You can't put salt to catch fly.
Right.
Right? Isn't that a trap? Isn't that a trap? You're trapping the flies by putting something sweet, so they will come to it. They'll be attracted to it. When you want to kill bugs in your house without using the spray, and you have that light that will zap them, isn't the light what attract them and it becomes a trap? It's the very same thing women are doing, and when they say men are liars and whatnot, they are more liars than anything else. But our society is being transformed in a way that it's becoming acceptable, and I know she don't look like that.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, 29 minutes before 8 o'clock. You are on the inside of Sexplosion on this Thursday evening with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj Ramnanan, of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, which is located in St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Now, here is where we give you the opportunity to interact with Dr. Raj live here in studio. Simply give him a call at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. For those of you sending in your WhatsApp or your text messages, you can also do that on his private mobile, 740-1961. May I remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Yeah.
So you find yourself in a situation where you've seen all these false things, and you know it is all about sexual attraction. That is what it is. The bottom line, whether you want to admit it or not, that is what it is. Sexual attraction. You want someone to be attracted to you. You want to trap them in whatever way. And trap could be simply for a relationship, could be for sex, could be for monetary value, it could be for anything. Could be for marriage. But it is a trap you're set in. That's what the bottom line of it. So persons who rely on that image to get a feel of what the person really looks like, it's just that. It's just an image. It's a two-dimensional image. And when you see the three-dimensional image of the person or the three dimensions of the individual, it's totally different. And we are faced with that in society all the time. So when we talk about another revolution that is taking place, that's the other revolution. That revolution that is taking place with persons where you're dealing with things that are false. Just as how you have persons who don't have money, right? They don't have disposable cash, but they have a credit card. They're cash poor. So they take you out, and it has happened to many individuals. I'm sure persons out there can attest to this. They will take you out, time to pay the bill, hand the credit card to pay the bill. Credit card machine doesn't work, the bank system is down, and they don't have the cash in their pocket to pay.
Yeah. Okay, we have a couple of callers on the line, so let's go to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hi, good night. Good to you. Dr. Raj and the producer. First time caller.
Dr. Raj and Junior, together with Prashant.
Yeah, didn't get it in right. First time caller to the program. Just a comment on what you're saying here. I sat down a day in work and one of the co-workers going down to the other department. So, there's so many people that go down and I saw this lady walking, and just to attest to what you're saying, I saw a lady walking. I said, but why does you always buy all these weaves and this and that? The part of this revolution, as you put it, and I agree with this statement. They are telling me that, it's convenient. Why go to the hairdresser and spend $500 when I can just pay $100 for whatever the case may be?
Right.
And put it on the day, change it tomorrow, put it on next week. I said, but then you're just being false.
Correct.
So it leaves you to wonder now, as you said a few episodes ago, a time, what was taboo? I forgot how you put it. What was taboo then is accepted norm, is the accepted norm now, and so forth.
What is legal today will be legal tomorrow, and what is illegal today will be legal tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
So it leaves you to wonder now. I mean, we as human beings have lessened ourselves to what we really supposed to.
And that's a fact. That is the point I'm trying to make. We have lessened ourselves and our values. We talk about morality in society. But we have lessened ourselves and our values today to accept what is mediocre.
So
That's what we are doing.
And I look at it every day, and I have two young daughters, 22 and 25, and I tell them, I'll say, just be yourself.
Correct. My daughter she's not on social media. She don't post up her pictures anywhere. Sometimes, as a matter of fact, once she asked me, she said, Dad, I know you like putting up pictures of your family, but don't put up my pictures. I understand her.
My biggest daughter is like that.
No, I understand her and I respect that. I don't usually, I would, but I don't, because she asked me that when she was about 16, 17 years of age. So from that time till now, I respect that. I will not break that. No, if it's family gathering and things, she would do it, but she don't. She's not into that. But what I'm saying is the values that people have, the contentment you have within yourself.
Totally just slide down, just downhill.
Yeah, we are going, and this. I'm glad you see it that way, because I hope the other listeners are seeing it that way. It is an endorsement on us as a people that we are going downhill as opposed to uphill.
Yeah.
We are not improving as a society. We are getting worse.
I would just say to everyone, I will give someone another chance. I would just say to everyone, like again, I just said just now, just be yourself.
Correct. What area are you calling from?
So thanks for the time, and I'll look and listen.
What area are you calling from?
What area are you calling from?
I'm calling from Santa Cruz.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we go right back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hello, Dr. Raj. Good night.
Good evening.
And family, good night.
Hi, family. Yeah.
And Prashant is here.
And Prashant is here.
You said something now, and I have to laugh because it happened to me some years ago. I was a DJ. So that was a carnival stopping a remote tennis court, a remote tennis court.
Right.
This person got to be really enjoyed himself, went home, had fun, had sex and things. But actually, I jumped home after, but my head was a little bad. But I don't say I don't think it was a little bad, because when
It had to be real bad.
When the person come the next day, he looked at me at work. And I saw the person, Dr. Raj. I don't call nobody ugly, but that was the same, Dr. Raj.
But alcohol make anybody look beautiful,
Yeah, because I couldn't believe that I went to the person had checked everything, and when I saw the first thing, I said, oh, wait, I had to be religion. You understand? The thing about it is that if, women are dressed up nice, look like now. These ladies will put on these long eyelashes on the eyes. They're putting what's happening below the breast, so the breast looks bigger and all kind of things. And when you do get them behind closed doors, it's because it's false, as the gentleman said, it's the false.
No, but what attracted you in the first place is no longer attractive because it comes off. So you might as well make love to the dresser because she put your breast on the dresser, she put your false hair on the dresser, she put your false nail and everything on the dresser.
I couldn't believe it, the same person, and they look so nice in the party.
Well, I'll give you a joke about that happened to one of my family member. In the days of thank you. In the days of JB's, he went to JB's and he was having this good time, and he met this young lady. And boy, he didn't want to leave this young lady at all. So much so, at the end of the night, before the young lady goes home, he gave her his gold chain with a pendant. And he got her address and whatnot. And he said, well, I'll check you. Right? Of course, you go JB's on a Saturday, so Sunday you're going.
Oh, yes.
Right, either Friday or Saturday. Sunday, he go on by the girl because she gave him address and everything. And when he pulled up there and he saw the girl, he asked back for the gold chain. The man asked back for his gold chain and went straight home, He said he had done bed. He bed for the entire afternoon. Because, after he had the tryst with her, whatever he did, he didn't say what he did, The man decided not to bed because he wanted the smell of that woman on him. He said when he saw her and he asked back for his chain,
or something else.
He went home and bathed and never left the bathroom. For 2 hours he was bathing.
Hit the light button, hit the alarm button, but I'll keep on basement.
Well, folks, taking what time, 20 minutes before 8 o'clock, inside Sexplosion of Power on the 2.1 FM with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Are the problems and destructive anxieties of today tearing you apart? If there was ever a time to readjust your priorities and refocus your vision, it's now. Join Pastor Wayne Sampson on the Vision for Devotional program every Monday from 5:30 to 6 a.m.
That's it, he got the gold chain and he gave the woman here.
Jesus is the only one.
First he was in love
In the midst of today's
till he went home.
The festival.
Easter Sunday, April 21st.
Yo, this is Butch Banter.
High Frequency Entertainment would like to thank our sponsors.
And to Amp Sound Company.
Fire
Oh,
One
this thing is
Fireworks.
so, how come this thing is so loud, man?
I say you killing me inside here. I had nothing to say.
You didn't tell your family, man. Hey, I get
Get your tickets at www.
Hey, you can't.
IamLegend
I give you some nice music Sunday. You should. If you all let tune in early on, you only catch
Oh, we got
the
tuning earlier on when we was in the vehicle. The only time I listen to radio is when I'm in a vehicle.
what I meant is from the time you left.
Right through, we was listening to you.
All right, so you only call.
That's only when I get through to you. You know what time I call you? Watch how many missed call you got before I got through to you.
But you know I have on me headphones.
I know. Like I keep trying until you get through. Yeah. So you feel I was when I now started to listen.
Yeah. Did you hold it that steering?
Because my wife was saying, who playing that kind of music? Junior? I said, nah, Junior can't play good music. So
did you hold on
I thought you had the guest DJ. I thought it was the guest DJ.
Did you hold on to that steering? I could imagine you was going up.
No, I could only hold on to his steering because I was far away.
I'm sure you must bend over and say, darling, you could remember these days, eh?
No.
I don't try that on you.
Because it wasn't my wife next to me. So I couldn't say that.
No, you tell me.
I tell you, my wife was in the vehicle. She wasn't next to
You
me.
could have stretched with one hand, your hands are long. I could imagine Sham say, oh gosh, Raj, that brought back so much memory.
No, she did say it brought back memories, but she didn't say Raj, that brought back so much memories.
Elizabeth,
She said, boy, that bring back memories. So we really thought it wasn't you, because the music was so good. Now we know it was you, man. By the time we put on the coming up the radio, I said, nice, Junior. But we tried it from point 40, we finally got you when we reached.
Yeah, it was giving trouble.
When we reached, I think Rosilak was when we got you.
Yeah, giving trouble. Well, I can tell you that you are making radio an experience by itself when you are listening to Sexplosion here this Thursday evening. This is what it's all about, taking sex education to a whole new level on your number one all-around station when it comes to talk and music, Power 2.1 FM. Nobody does better what we do best. Don't forget our lines are open. If you would love interacting with Dr. Raj, feel free at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. Yeah.
I just remember a joke. I don't know if it's radio friendly, so I'll just hold back on that. Maybe tomorrow after 10:30, I'll give that joke. Good evening.
I will remind you.
You hit the nail on the head. A lot of women pretend one way is through makeup. This transformation acts as an empowerment for them, but at the end of the day, it's projecting a false image of themselves, and the truth emerges. It is a self-esteem issue. They don't realize that being simple is natural, and natural is the real beauty. And that is so true. And I know you are natural beauty. The person who said that is a natural beauty. So I don't have to, I don't know what to say.
So you don't have to really double endorse.
No, well, she is a natural beauty. For those of you who are sending questions or whatever, and you don't send your name, I'm not going to entertain it. What's the best way to give your husband pleasure? That's very simple, you know. Find out from your husband what he likes.
Yeah.
If you say, what is the best meal you could cook for your husband, don't you think you should ask him what is your favorite meal?
Straight to the source.
Yeah.
And he will tell you, well, my favorite meal is rice, dal, and curry chicken,
So you'd have to fish
or dal puri and duck,
Yeah.
or kalalu and something, you know. He will tell you. So obviously that's what you're going to cook. So if you want to find out what it is you need to do what is the best thing you can do for your husband to give pleasure, find out what your husband likes. Not because you like to do something means to say your husband will like that, you know. And that's what you have to really pay attention to. Getting the information from the person, what they enjoy, what they like. Right? Now, I know women complain about their husbands all the time, that every time we go to hug up, every time we cuddle in and think he's looking for sex. No matter if I ask him for a hug up, when I come home he wants sex afterwards because that's the reward he's looking for. No. You don't need to have sex for every act that takes place. And as you mature in your relationship, you'll find that to be very true. There are times that you simply hold hands. There are times that you look at one another. And as you rightly say, if my wife was next to me, I wouldn't have to look at her and she look at me. And we would know the communication would be there. But she was sitting at the back of me. So that's why I couldn't even reach back.
Oh. But I'm pretty sure the thought did
but,
go through
But she did say you were playing good music. Well, she said the DJ was playing good music. She did say.
No, your wife, no, your wife have good taste.
Well, of course she does. Because, that's a given.
She selected you, did she?
Somebody asked if we do vasectomy. We do not do that. You need to have that done by a surgeon. But, you know, there's so much things in our society that we need to think about ourselves. Like I tell people, I like being me. And being me is who I am. I don't put on a false persona for nothing. I am who I am what I am. And that's just it. It may come across too heavy for some individuals or too light for others. I don't know. I have some friends who are very heavy in the way they deal with things, but they're still my friends.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Could you just pull the volume down on your phone a bit for us? Thank you very much. Listen to us on the phone. We are getting a feedback. Hello, good evening. Hi.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good evening.
Yes, I just want to clarify a few things, right?
Sure.
Most times, women wear weave, makeup, nails, all these false personas to get a man. In the sense that, want that. Because a man could be walking with his wife, but he watching the falseness of the other woman that he don't have. And when he go home, the wife looking plain to him, and he attracted to what he seen as the falseness. So at the end of the day, women that just do that to please man, not for their own self. It's for the man, because plenty men, if you put a group of plain women and fake women, the men going for the fake women. They're not going for nothing real. This is what we living in. This is the time we living in. Fakeness with everybody. Don't say it's women alone, it's men.
Well, I agree with you to a point, and I disagree with you. Why do you need to present yourself in a false way? It's because you don't have self-esteem. If you had enough self-esteem and beauty within yourself, you don't need to present yourself in a false way.
No.
So, if I have to be very foolish to go with someone, and when I have to go to bed with you, you have to take a shower to go to bed with me, you have to take out everything to go to bed with me. Aren't I supposed to go to bed with the person I'm attracted to, or whatever I'm attracted to at the moment? So, if a guy is foolish enough to be attracted to that, he has to pay a price for that. And if the woman is foolish enough to think that is what I need to do to get a man, well, then something wrong with you.
Totally agree, doctor. In fact, one of our Facebook listeners says that she's enjoying your show and she doesn't wear makeup at all. She loves being herself.
No, there's a difference between wearing makeup and putting on makeup. There's a difference. There are some women who wear makeup well, a little lipstick, a little rouge. They don't need to cake their face.
Just highlight.
I know some women who cake themselves, and I wonder what they look like under that, I wonder what, one of the things about television that I don't like, with all those bright lights and whatnot, we always had to go to the makeup room before we went on set. And I will tell my makeup artist at the time, I'll tell her, say, here what, very lightly, very, very lightly.
Yeah.
You don't need to make me up. I want people to, well, of course, you have to match your skin so that you don't have reflection and what.
From the lights, yeah.
Right, well, you know that.
Yeah.
Media is that. So I'll tell her, if you have to matte my skin, until I learn to do on my own, I asked my wife what to do. I bought my own matte makeup, and I used to put it on myself and go on. I don't need a professional to do that for me. I don't need to cake my face and look different. Anybody who see me on television, as a matter of fact, people who see me on television, yeah, look much different in real, they look better in real. Because television, changes you because of the lighting and whatnot. But the point is that I don't need to transform myself or to present a false persona for somebody to like me. Because you're going to find out the truth anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a great compliment to someone telling you look even better in real.
Well, that's what we are saying. The photographs of long ago, you look worse in the photograph. So let's take a break.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, it's now 10 minutes before 8 o'clock. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM with the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj Ramnanan.
Twice, think clean, go green for environmental awareness. Power 102 FM and Boom 94 FM continue to champion responsible actions for life, safety, and now a cleaner environment. Our planet is what we make of it, so let's make the right choices. The choice to reduce, to reuse, to recycle, to conserve, to preserve, to responsibly dispose, and to be more mindful of how we impact the world around us for this generation and those still to come. Join us for daily tips on how you can get involved at home, at work, and in your communities. Encourage your neighbors, colleagues, and family as well. Help change the culture and behaviors for a greener, more environmentally conscious TNT. Think twice. Think twice. For environmental awareness. Brought to you by Swimco, the Trinidad and Tobago Solid Waste Management Company Limited. Power 102 FM and Boom 94 in association with the Gillette Group of Companies. Bush Mountain TT, Salo Enterprises, and the Price Club Supermarket. Think twice. Think twice. For a cleaner, greener Trinidad and Tobago. Want to get your products and services out to more customers? How about getting more people into your store? Does your brand need a boost in exposure? Then radio advertising on Power 102 is the solution you've been looking for. With packages tailored to your needs and a team to create the ideal radio ad, the choice is clear. Power 102, empowering you. So call us today at 62-POWER, that's 627-6937, and ask to speak to a client advisor about your ideas and brand. We are Power 102, empowering you and your business today.
Well, I can tell you that we are giving our listeners what they want and expect from a good radio program when it comes to sex education. Right here on Power 2.1 FM, the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj Ramnanan. Folks, don't forget all the lines are open. If you would love to participate in the program, feel free at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. If you are sending in a WhatsApp or text message, you can also do that on Dr. Raj's private number, 740-1961. You're listening to a program that deals with sex, love, and relationship exclusively on Power 102 FM, your number one all-around station. Yeah.
You know, the caller admitted that they do that to trap men at the beginning of the conversation. They do that to catch men.
Well, yes. Well,
because they say some men will be with their wife. But we are visual creatures. And I tell persons, don't blame men for looking at others because we are visual creatures. And I'll tell you something about being a visual creature. You ever call?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remind me about that.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Yeah.
You know, a partner of mine, I encourage him to listen to the program tonight. Listeners for the first time. Very good night. Now, he find I shouldn't call human ugly, right? Now, the thing about it, right? Okay, my head was bad, yeah. But when she take off all that makeup and all that thing, and I see what I saw, of course I will be a bit upset about it.
Well, let me just stop you right here, and you'll help me to make my point. We are visual creatures. So if we see a woman as being beautiful, and when she presents herself the second time, she's no longer beautiful, what is the opposite of beautiful?
Ugly.
What do we see? We see ugliness. We see falsehood. That's what we see. So when a man gets married to a woman who he has seen in many different ways, many different situations, he gone out with her, she come by him, they went on the beach together, they went river, all kind of thing. He know who he's marrying, and that is idea of the ideal woman for him. If she changes over time for the worse, he's going to fall out of love with that person because it's opposite to what he likes. So tell your friend Jerry that you may have used a raw word, but it is the truth. The opposite of beautiful is ugly. And in your mind, that is what is ugly to you. Now, another man might find it very beautiful. Right? What is one man rubbish is another man gold.
Right.
And that is society, and that is the way it is. But if that's the way you see, that's the way you see. And nobody should chastise you for that. Because I tell people as it is. I say it as it is. I mean, I'm a professional, I'm on the radio. I deal with people and I understand how they could be hurt. But you didn't call the name and say, Jennifer was ugly.
Right.
So he don't know who you're talking about. Right. So it should not be offensive to anyone in a description. If I walk in the studio and say, Junior, boy, you're real ugly, you know. Right? And everybody hear that. Then that is I am insulting you. But you have not insulted anybody by saying that. You are giving a description of something that has happened to you and what it did to you. And this is what people have to understand. We must be able to speak free. And that is another thing that is happening in our society. Very soon you have to be careful what words come out your mouth.
Yes, definitely.
Long ago we could use certain words freely. Now you have to stop and check out. Wonder if somebody will be offended by that word. Well, to ask was it? I don't care. I just use words.
And the thing about it, I don't tell anybody. If a woman has one thing and she wants it in she mouth, I could have a relationship with her. But let me see what I'm getting.
Correct. You must accept. You must accept what you're getting into and move on with it. But you must not present me with one thing. It comes like you bring a beautiful meal in front of me, delicious. I mean, really looking nice, well laid out. And when I taste it, it's tasting like crap. I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to say I don't want that to eat. It doesn't. The beauty of it does not. It does not justify the taste. The taste is horrible.
I say, if that I said, but when I see the person and I see the way the person looks,
and it was ugliness to you.
What I saw the night before. You understand?
And you are right. So I agree with you 100%.
Okay, family, and thanks for calling. Just to remind you once again that our lines are open for those of you who would like to have a beautiful, easy listening conversation with Dr. Raj. All you've got to do is give us a call at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Yeah.
We have robbed the cradle here somewhere along the line. Skywalker 44 says, I'm 32, been a listener since I was possibly in my teens. So somewhere along the line, we robbed the cradle here. So Skywalker, thanks for staying still. At least, although we robbed the cradle then, she's still with us.
Yes, yeah.
Doctor, you were talking about the caller before who actually targeted someone to actually take away the man from the woman. You were talking about it before. You could just go further into that.
If sorry, something came.
Where the caller was mentioning, she only does that. She only puts on
the persona,
makeup and just to take away a man from a woman.
Well, that's what women do.
Okay,
women love doing that.
Okay, before giving him an answer, and I'm really interested to hear how you're going to apply to that. We're going to go to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I want to ask something. If you meet a girl, right, and she paying for money, right, and this guy, she here and she put her wig, right, and she wears dress up nice, and you go to a hotel with she, right, and they have sex with she, right, but when you got to put on the clothes, and they put on the wig, and you give she the money around at the hotel, and you get fighting, but she disguises herself as an Indian, but she's a Negro, right? She look at her straight here and she's a Negro. What do grab? But we thought she's an Indian, but the time when she got the clothes and she got the hair, she look like a Negro, and they run to the hotel and she no money and they go home. How that look?
Well, like banditry. She dress up like a bandit, he come like a bandit, put in a mask over his face and come in and hold you up.
Exactly.
That is what it is. It amounts to that. If a woman, she's trying to rob you, because she's presenting something false. And you, well, let's not bring race into it. But there are many a times that a person disguises themselves as something else in order to commit a crime. So she's committing a crime.
Yeah, but the point is, when you hotel, they give you the money.
Forget that. I know where you're alluding to. Well, forget that part. The thing is that what you saw and what you was going to pay for is something different. It come like you buy a bottle of whiskey and you're getting rum in it. Like that happens.
Okay, family.
you go in the restaurant, you go in and you say, here what? You see this meal that I see in this picture, I want a meal exactly that. How many times you have done that?
Oh yeah.
I have done that many times. I want this exact meal. Well, I just a picture. I say, well, only fooling people.
But between
if the food don't look like that, you're fooling people.
But between three of us here, a few family get trapped with the wrong part.
Yeah, you get trapped with that. You better pay for whiskey and you get rum.
Because like he gone.
Because men will pour it out. So it's the same way if you reject the woman. It's the very same way if you reject the woman.
True.
Right? If you reject the woman because of what you are seeing now, okay, I negotiated with you based on what I see then. We go to the hotel room now, and you tell me, well, I have to take out my hair. I have to take out this, I have to take out that. My ass is not my own, it is a stuffed panty. My breast is not my own, it is a part of bra. When she take out, she presents herself with you with 36 double D's, which is what you love. And all of a sudden she dumped to 32A.
Imagine people grades could go up that fast. Wow.
Big drop.
No, I might prefer the 32A.
Okay. But I know, I figured that's why I didn't give you an answer on that.
That's right. No, but that is it. If you present something false to me, when I see what is real, and if I'm not pleased with it, I'll tell you I'm not pleased with it. I go on my way.
And that's your personal preference, nothing wrong with that.
No, but that's the way to go anyhow. Yeah.
I have a question. Some women are afraid of sending their picture for a guy they are interested in because the guy might think she's not nice, but for me, I think be yourself, and some women have low self-esteem. I think if you send me what is real and I accept it, I could continue with it. If you send me what is false, when I see what is real, I'll say, I can't trust you. It's a matter of trust. That's what it comes down to. It's a matter of trust. Can I trust you now? Can I trust you now? I can't. Because at the very beginning of our relationship, it started off with a lie. You know, women, they say men are liars. They are the biggest liars. You know? Women are the biggest liars, especially those who pretend and present themselves in another form of fashion. And that is a fact. So when women go and say men are dogs and men are liars, examine yourself. Look in the mirror. What do you wear on out there to go and trap a man? What are the changes you do to transform yourself? Now, there are some women, as I was saying before, who could lightly put on some rouge and whatever, little eyeshadow, lipstick, and they look like $1,000,000. They need to do nothing more than that. They don't even have to wear an expensive gown, and they're looking like they have on the most expensive gown, because there are women who make clothes look good.
Would you?
And there are women out there who good clothes can even make them look good.
And we have a good caller on the line.
Somebody with clothes?
Who might make us look good.
Okay, let's try.
Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Yeah, boss, good evening. I get calling. I meet a woman, right? And she looked at my nice boy. Way up nice, she make a G, right? She said we're going in and with her, right? But she looked very cute. You know when you get there, I'm going to clothes. And I'm going to have she money up there. I have she the money, I put in my pocket, and I come out and run away from the hotel and go home because she has everything falls. She breath, she has on 2 balls, and she private.
But that's your prerogative. You could do that. If it falls, you walk out and you go on.
Yeah, but she has 2 balls, 2 flying balls, and she's breath, right? And the private, she put some clothes on there and she built it up fast.
Yeah, that women does do that. Yeah? They create a camel toe. They create a camel toe effect. They, as a matter of fact, there was a show, you know, long ago they used to have soft porn on TV.
Yeah.
When
HBO.
Not HBO. Showtime. Showtime is
Yeah, sure, yeah, sure.
They show you how to do it. They show you how to do it.
Oh,
He said the same thing over and over. He wasting time. Don't
So
you?
like, tell me how much money you spend.
Yeah, how
Tell
much
me
money? Yeah, tell me something new now, man. Say, well, when I pull out my $50, it was the old time $50. The one that the government banned in 1976. Tell me something like that. Then we go, you know, not the same story over and over. How much money I carry in the hotel? 10. You look like every time you carry a water hotel, you get scammed.
Give us money value.
Give us something, man. Oh God, not the same thing over and over.
Doctor, you were saying
about those who. Remind me now, please. My brain is too good today. My brain is too good today.
How much money this man really showed.
Yeah.
I feel
No, my brain is not with me today, honestly.
Well, the caller before that, the lady, she was saying too that women would intentionally do these things to entice a man, but especially a man who has another woman as well too.
Well, women will tell you that. They see a man happily married or see a man with his wife and he's walking on the street. They want to see if they could catch your eyes. They want to see if you'll be attracted to them. They want to do everything to get your attention. As a matter of fact, they'll even give you sex to pull you away from your wife. So women are trapped all the time with those things. There are women who set out to do these things, especially if they see 2 persons living good. And especially if they don't like the woman, they will say, aha, I will do for she. I will take she man. There are women who set out to do these things.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello, and thank you for holding. Welcome to Sexplosion.
I'm here, my father is Raj. I went to the, if a man go to a man in a hotel, right? And you don't know that man, they just like a woman. And when you go to the hotel and you kill like kissing and come down, when he's done with that, and you put that man private, what are you going to do? Run out and see. What do you think about that?
Like that happened to you too. But that is again somebody presenting you with something that is false. And there are a lot of men out there, transsexual and otherwise. And I will give you a great story. Great story. And this actually happened. There was this young man, handsome young man, late teens, early 20s. He used to do odd jobs for us. So part of what, because he was living on the way to me, going home, I will drop him off home, became friendly with the family and whatnot. So 1 or 2 times I'll stop off and old talk and then with the mother and whatnot. So one day he tell me, say, I have a girlfriend, you know. I say, you have a girlfriend? He say, yeah, boy, I meet this girl and I really like she. I said, well, it's nice. I'm happy for you, you know. I'm really happy for you. So months went by. So I keep asking him about the girlfriend, how far things going, what happening, or we went to the movies. And then this was cinema and thing. And there's always something positive. So I say, you kiss she yet? He said, no, we ain't get to that part yet. And thing. I say, okay, well, take your time and know what you're about and what. So one day he decided to show me the girlfriend. And the girlfriend was living 2 streets away from him. The girlfriend was in the yard. We drove up. He went to speak with her. They were talking. And I'm observing the girlfriend. So in my mind, something is not right here. So we had a party, staff party, and we decided to invite him and the girlfriend. But I told the other girls, I say, hey, what? I'm not too sure what is happening here, but I really don't believe that's a girl. He came with the girlfriend in the party. The girls started to spend time with the girlfriend and whatnot. She's talking, she's laughing, she's dancing, she's having a good time. But they all came back with the same consensus. This is not a girl. So here I am, knowing this young man for maybe 2 years now. How do I tell him that the person he's going around with is not a girl? Now this is a true thing, you know. How do you tell this person that he's madly in love with her?
How do you break that news?
He's ready to settle down. He's a virgin, never had sex, never went first base, nothing. And she's not allowed him to do that. Not even kissing her, kiss on the cheek and that's it.
Because she knows what.
Well, of course. But that wasn't the reason. I mean, if you look at her features, you start thinking and you see the Adam's apple and all that, you know it's not a girl. Long story short, the girls and them say, here, we know you can tell him this because it is really going to be devastating on him. So we are going to prove it to him. And they prove it to him. They show him. And he was really, really broken up about that. So much so, he went into a state of depression.
Yeah, but then again, we come back
but
to
it is not his fault.
We come back to the makeup thing.
It is the person pretending to be a woman who was not a woman.
So whole persona and everything.
Yeah. In everything, mannerism, behavior, sexiness, dressing, everything. But you have the sixth sense when you see something is like something is not right here. You remember in Crocodile Dundee when he met the beautiful woman coming on the step? No, was it Crocodile Dundee or another one with Paul Hogan? Wasn't Paul Hogan? Was this guy from this actor who used to live in a car, famous guy? And when he put his hand in the crutch, I think it was Ace Ventura. It was a man.
It was a man, yeah.
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 Remember how he reacted?
Yeah. And he hit the dipstick.
When he went for the hole, he found a dipstick. That's what he found.
Okay, well, tell you what we are going to do is go back to the phones. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Hello?
Yeah, we're listening to you.
Yeah, but that's what I tell you about the man and man. It's very true. It's happening to it after 8 times now.
Well, okay, well, we
thank you.
Thank you for the information.
Still not tell everybody money yet.
Okay, well,
anyway, you pay for a man too?
Anyway, folks, taking over time, it's now 10 minutes after 8 o'clock. You're listening to Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM. We're going to take a break and we're going to come right back. Stay tuned. So, family, what happened, man? Everything in order?
Yeah, just take this week to strategize. Yeah, have more patients coming in and things.
Well, as long as you're getting the response, that's great.
Patients getting results too. I'll talk about it. Money as well.
Yeah, that's real.
Holy Sunday, it's starting up. I was like, alright.
That's the most important thing.
Local and international legal cases that impact our lives today. Burden of proof from Roe versus Wade, Pratt and Morgan, the judge's wife, and Anbard and the Attorney General. Cases that have impacted all our lives today. Burden of proof, where we also clarify many of the legal terms and concepts used in our judicial system today. Burden of proof, Thursdays, 4-7 p.m. with your calls and messages to our website, power102fm.com and our mobile app. Burden of Proof with Barrington Skippy Thomas and Richard Mulray on Power 102. Empowering you.
I Am Legend at the festival, Easter Sunday, April 21st. The Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain. Just added to I Am Legend, the festival. Jamaica's youngest and newest superstar, Coffee.
That's why you're hearing about so much hole up. Because everybody's looking for money to go and see Coffee. Trinidad Sweetly.
I like rock too.
Coffee. I Am Legend at the festival, Easter Sunday, April 21st, the Queen's Park Savannah.
Before you act, think twice. Think twice. Think clean. Go green. For environmental awareness. Power 102 FM and Boom 94 FM continue to champion responsible action for life, safety, and now a cleaner environment. Our planet is what we make of it, so let's make the right choices. The choice to reduce, to reuse, to recycle, to conserve, to preserve, to responsibly dispose, and to be more mindful of how we impact the world around us. For this generation and those still to come.
Join us for daily tips on how you can get involved at home, at work, and in your communities.
Encourage your neighbors, colleagues, and family as well. Help change the culture and behaviors for a greener, more environmentally conscious TNT.
Think twice.
Think twice.
Environmental awareness.
Brought to you by Swimco, the Trinidad and Tobago Solid Waste Management Company Limited.
Power 102 FM and Boom 94 in association with the Gillard Group of Companies.
Bush Mountain TT, Salo Enterprises, and the Ice Club Supermarket. Think twice.
Think twice.
For a cleaner, greener Trinidad and Tobago.
You have something to talk about?
I'll just talk about Facebook.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Shift this around.
Well, just to remind you that you're listening to Sexplosion on Pound 2.1 FM. And our lines are open for those of you who would like to interact with Dr. Raj. Feel free. 2228255. Also at 6128255. For those of you sending in a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961. This program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. You're listening to Power 2.1 FM. You're listening to a station that's reliable, accurate, and effective. Yeah.
I have to go close that door. You're hearing everything. Next door.
Yeah.
Over there. Production.
Oh, production.
Production, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so getting back to our discussion, there are things that are happening in our society that is growing, especially this false impression or this false picture that we paint to trap individuals. And I know that there are guys, but you see, guys don't change their appearance to trap someone. They may lie about their job. They may borrow their partner's car and say that's my car. Yeah, status thing. They might be wearing the same clothes for 5 days in the week, but you ain't so because you only see them 1 day in the week. Right? Those are the kind of things that they will do. But I'm talking about the transformation that the women do and the impact that it have on the lives of the men. Because again, getting back to that visual attraction, if you're visually attracted, and don't blame men for it, because we'll see women feel by emotion. A man could have sex with any woman that looks attractive to him. A woman will have sex with a connection with someone unless she's a prostitute. And that connection is money. You could be how handsome, and you don't have the money in the pocket to pay the prostitute. She ain't having sex with you because the connection there's the money.
Yeah.
Right? So you can't pay with your beauty or your the way you look.
You have to pay with your pocket.
You have to pay with your pocket. You know the thing.
And with that, we're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good night.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, well,
but that is true.
Yeah, but he's making sense.
A man could have sex with anyone, anytime, anyhow. Right? All it takes is an erection, or the will, or the need to have sex, or the want to have sex. A woman, on the other hand, there must be that emotional connection to do it. So there's a big difference between men and women when it comes to that. So don't blame us for being who we are or how we are because God made us that way. We are visually attracted. So if your persona change over time and you're no longer attractive to me, that's why men leave their wives. That's why men horn. That's why men find themselves in other situation because sometimes they no longer there are many reasons for it. I'm using one of the reasons. If you are no longer attracted to your wife, she's no longer that beauty that you see or feel, you are going to be pushed away from that person.
You will. Yeah.
There's nothing in the eyes that are going to be attractive enough to keep you there.
Okay, we're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
I want to ask something here. What I'm telling you, right? You don't have to love somebody and feel, but ask them, right? Why do you have more ladies than female? What I mean?
What's that?
More ladies than female. What I mean?
I don't know where you hear that.
I hear that all about.
It have more ladies than female?
Yeah, what I mean?
I don't know. Whoever you hear that from, you have to ask them.
No, I have talking about now.
Well, I don't know. Everything is in which context they use it. There are more ladies than female?
Yeah. I know you have one time you got so close to me. I just admire you. You're doing work and I know you. I've been to many times.
Well, knowing me and knowing me is two different things, eh? All right? There are very few people who know me.
Huh?
There are very few people who know me.
Yes, I was telling about.
All right. No, well, you know where I am and you know what I do, but you don't know me. There's a difference. Because if I don't know you, you don't know me.
Well, of course, you know. Okay, well, thanks a lot for calling.
No, but that's a fact.
Yeah.
Long time. Yeah, I had to tell you that.
Yeah, but no, you know.
No, I'm telling you, if there are many persons, look, a lady sent me something here this evening, saying that she went to visit this guy, and the guy say, I just work with him and I just send clients to him. Why didn't you call me before the fact and ask me if that is true? Well, until he dropped she panty and play with she vagina, and now she wondering if I know him.
And now she'll, okay. So what we are going
verify before, don't verify after. Take what you get.
Okay, we're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hi, good afternoon again.
Good evening.
I have to disagree totally with Dr. Raj, and I have to question if he even is a doctor. He just read his Bible. At the end of the day, you're trying to make it seem that, okay, a woman could just be packed up like an old car because she get rusty, and he sees something new.
Did I say that? Did I say that?
I'm not saying you said that.
Well, then stick to the facts. No, you stick to the facts. Don't come and pretend that. No, you're not sticking to the facts.
You said that a man will not want to like his wife anymore because she's not looking his
I said that is one of the reasons men leave their wives. You don't understand English, or? And I don't read the Bible, ma'am. I don't need to read the Bible. I don't believe in that. Okay, too bad for you. Don't come and tell me what book to read. You try to push your religion on me? What dotishness is this? That's the problem with Christians, you know. Christians believe that they have to convert everybody to read the Bible. What the hell wrong with all you? I'm a Hindu. I'm a proud one of that. And nobody's going to tell me that I have to do something different. And if you don't like it, the hell was with you. I'm telling you as it is. If you believe in the Bible, you believe in the Bible, all well and good. I don't have to believe in what you believe in. And you all have to stop doing that to us Hindus. Stop it. I'm not putting up with that crap with anybody. Anybody who feel I have to convert, the hell was with you. Okay? Don't do that. We're the oldest religion on this earth and we'll remain that forever.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a break and we're going to come right back at you. Stay tuned.
If it is really Bible, what the hell is wrong with people? No, we have to put them in a bloody place, man. You have to do that.
Before she bring this Bible talk. Yeah. She could have talked without.
You have to reference that.
No. Yeah. She didn't have to bring the Bible.
If I just read my Bible, I don't have to read the Bible.
Forgive me.
No, but they always want. You see, that's the problem with Christians, you know. That is the problem. They always believe that they're the best and everything else is not good. But they come way after us, eh? I'm a Hindu, you know, and I'll fight for that, you know. I'm a Kshatriya, you know. I'll die for that too. And I want everybody to know that.
Products and services out to more customers.
Yeah, she didn't have a run with this.
Into your store. Does your brand need a boost in exposure? Then radio advertising on Power 102 is the solution you've been looking for. With packages tailored to your needs.
I'm not one of those Hindus that's put up with shit yet.
The choice is clear. Power 102, empowering you. So call us today at 62-POWER. That's 627-6937. And ask to speak to a client advisor about your ideas and brand. We are Power 102.
Well, at home, at work, and in your community, you've got to think twice, think clean, and go green. After buying something small like a snack, drink, or a stationary item, bread loaf, or anything else, you may have to run to the store for. Maybe what you can do is hold it in your hand as you get to your next destination. You don't really need a bag, do you? If your purchase is too much for your pocket, then bring a reusable shopping bag. Buy in bulk or buy larger packages and put the amount you need for school, work, or snack in reusable containers. Buying in bulk is usually cheaper than buying individually wrapped servings and requires less packing. So before you use without thought, reduce, think twice for a cleaner, greener Trinidad and Tobago. Powered by Swincall, the Trinidad and Tobago Solid Waste Management Company Limited, Power 102 and Boom 94. In association with Salu Enterprises, Price Club Supermarket, Bush Mountain TT, and the Gillette Group of Companies. So folks, at home, at work, and in your community, you've got to think twice. Go green.
The point we are establishing here.
Well, that brings us to 25 minutes after 8 o'clock. Sexplosion right here on Power 102.1 FM. The only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj Ramnanan.
Yeah, the point I'm establishing here is that people must understand. Now, when I say that is one of the reasons a man will do something. It's because of that visual attraction that we have. You see, sometimes we don't deal with reality. What is reality?
Yeah.
Reality is behavior of human beings. How a male will behave towards a woman and how a woman will behave towards a male. But the bottom line is we only use our 5 senses when it comes to things. Mm-hmm. That's all we have to use. Intuition intuition cannot work if you don't have visual connection. You cannot be intuitive. You must have some sort of connection. Communication cannot work unless you have these senses working. So there are many ways of communicating. Sometimes we communicate with our eyes. Sometimes we communicate with our movement. Sometimes we communicate with words. Sometimes there is no verbal communication.
Right, yeah.
You communicate by action, the way you hug someone, the way you touch someone, the way you react when you see the person. Think about you being with somebody who you truly love, who you truly cherish, and you enjoy being with that person, and that person comes near you, and how you feel, and how you express that feeling. Many a times that's how we communicate. You can't just tell a person, I love you, but when they come in near you, you push them away.
Right, yes.
That is not love.
Okay, I have someone on the line here. They left us. So you can call us back at 222-8255, also at 612-8255.
And we have some Facebook comments here. No need to impress when you have a naturally. Personality and appearance goes together.
But that's a fact. Mm-hmm. You don't need to do anything to enhance.
No, of course not.
That. Mm-hmm. How you present yourself, that is what you are.
Okay, we go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hi. Hi, good evening.
Well, she might be qualified. Sorry? All right, thank you.
Well, thanks a lot for calling. Just to remind you, our lines are open. If you would love to interact with Dr. Raj at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. You are listening to Sexplosion on this Thursday evening on your number one all-around the station, Power 102.
And we have
you
across, but we have a Facebook listener here. Dr. Raj, your pressure will go up right them born again, always want to convert. Well, just to lay that matter first, Dr. Raj is on the diabetic and high blood pressure regime. So he's going to be around for a very, very long time. And we're seeing fantastic results at the adult therapy center as well. Just to clear that up.
So,
yes, doctor.
Getting back to what I was talking about, if persons have an opposing view to me, I have no problem in discussing it and debating anything.
Yeah.
But the minute you try to force your religion down on me, I have a serious problem with it.
That's a different kettle of fish. So what we're going to do...
You're looking for war.
You're going to get war from me.
We're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Dr. Raj.
Good evening.
You're quite in order, sir. Quite in order. Put them in their place, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot for calling.
I come here willingly every night that I've been on the air since 19 years now, giving of my time, effort, my qualification freely to the public. If you want to question that, no problem. Go and do your research. I have been on television. To get on television, they had to check my background all how before I got on television. As a matter of fact, when I started off doing my work, I was investigated by every branch of the law in this country. Every branch of the law. There was a police officer who was assigned to Mako me for 2 years. Because it was strange, this person coming and talking about sex. And that is before I had my PhD. So if you want to question all those things, do your research and then question me. Don't come and make a statement like, oh, you wonder if I'm a doctor. I have my PhD. What do you have? That's what I have to question. What do you have?
A lot of makeup. Okay, what we are going to do is go back to the lines. Hello and thank you for holding. Welcome to Sexplosion. Hello. Okay.
And I thought he was going to tell me that it didn't come down in a tight bucket.
Just to remind you once again that our lines are open if you would love to interact with Dr. Raj via the telephone. 222-8255, also at 612-8255. For those of you sending in your WhatsApp or your text messages, you can also do that on his private mobile, 740-1961. And I can tell you, nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education, exclusively on Power 102, a station that's reliable, accurate, and of course, effective. Yeah.
But if you truly want to understand human behavior, you have to observe. And you must not only observe yourself, you have to observe society. You have to be a social anthropologist. You have to listen to people. You have to listen. I have thousands of clients. The information I bring here is not from one person. It's from thousands of individuals that I see. The research that I do is not from one person. My research is needed by even professionals in Trinidad and Tobago to come to their conclusion. They ask me for it because the research that I have is far-reaching. One day, it may be published. I don't care to publish. I really don't care about those things. I don't need to toot my own horn when it comes to those things.
Well, I do that for
but the fact remains that I have the knowledge.
That's important.
And the knowledge don't come from me. I don't sit down and say, let me make up this today. No. My knowledge comes from what I hear. That's why I told you this morning I heard something on the news. And this afternoon, driving home, the 5 o'clock news, I heard something on the news again. And I wanted to clear the air on that, not attacking anybody's religion or anything like that. Right? One came from a former pope. I wanted to clear the air on what is being said and the false interpretation of what's happening in society. This is one person's biased opinion based on his or her religion or moral upbringing. But it is not the reality of what's happening in our society.
Okay, what we are going to do, thank you for holding. Welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello. Hi. Good evening. Okay, they've left us. Yeah, 222-8255, also at 612-8255, taking sex education where it has never been before. Exclusively on Power 102.1 FM with sexologist Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, which is located in St. Augustine. Yeah.
So getting back to what Prashant was saying, at the adult therapy center, we treat people with a number of regime. Persons who are diabetic, persons who are hypertensive, persons who have issues with nervous disorder, many different areas. We have a doctor there that deals with that. When it comes to the sexual dysfunction part, that's where I come in. When it comes to talking to individuals with the depression and all those things, that's where I come in. The counseling and whatnot is where I come in. When we talk about couples who have difficulties in getting pregnant, that's where I come in. But the doctor does what he has to do with the regime to treat these things. And it's very successful, as Prashant has just said. Very, very successful.
Great. Okay, we're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to... Hi, good evening.
Yeah. Beg your pardon? Well, you can't come and see me anytime because you have to come and see me when I'm at the office. You have to call 645-4543 and they'll give you that because my time is erratic. They have that information. 645-4543. 4543.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, family.
Take care.
Yeah.
So, we deal with it in a holistic way. There are many individuals that have sexual dysfunction related to environment, where they come from. Their behavior is based on their household, what took place in the home, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, low self-esteem, poor behavior in school, having to dodge things to go to school, bullying. So your sexual behavior will be related to that. Your sexual behavior will be related to your medical issues, psychological issues, the way you see sex.
Yeah.
Some persons see sex as being nasty, a sin. Therefore, you are going to approach sex in a negative way.
Well, of course.
We have a call?
Yeah, we do.
Let's take it.
Hello and welcome to SEXPLOSION. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, doctor. First time caller. Because I'm going to give you a rest and I'll write you calling.
Yeah, boy, I see like you have a direct line.
No, see, no, you have a number.
Well, that's the thing. I hope people as well know you.
Anyway, doc, send you a message, but I know if I want to step out today, it's really response. Reference for men. Do you do that?
No. I said no. You need to see a surgeon for that.
All right, then.
But we could put you onto someone.
Is it safe?
Well, it's a form of birth control. Some men do it, and it's safe, yes. But whether you want to do that or not.
Okay.
Okay, but I'll put you onto a doctor. It's no problem. Just call me at the office.
Okay.
Or you could call me on my cell phone, 740-1961.
Well, sir. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for calling. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM, the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, which is located in St. Augustine. Folks, don't forget all lines are open. If you would love to interact with him via the telephone, feel free. 222-8255, also at 612-8255.
So we look at the medical factors, we look at the psychological factors, we look at the environmental factors, we look at the cultural factors, we look at the religious factors, and there's something also called spirituality. There are some people who strongly believe that others have done them bad, right?
Yeah.
And there are people who do bad. And if that is the situation with you, we have persons who deal with it also. I am connected. My connectivity is not only with one or two individuals. So we deal with persons in a holistic manner. We don't laugh at anything. We don't dismiss it as being stupidness. We try to get to the root cause of your problem and deal with it from there. That's why we are so successful in what we do. Take this call.
Hello. Oh, they left us. Yes.
That's why we are very successful in whatever we're doing, because we take it in a holistic manner. And once you take it in a holistic manner and you deal with it in that way, you get the benefits of it. And you get the best possible treatment. So at the Adult Therapy Center in St. Augustine, that's what we do. Take that call. For the time you get it, take it, because we don't want people
to Sexplosion. Good evening.
having to wait too long.
Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Person on the line, but they don't want to say anything.
No, I heard something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
222-8255, also at 612-8255. You are listening to Sexplosion on Power 102 FM. Hello and one. Hi, good evening.
Yeah, right. I'm going to a guy, right? I'm going to be hot every day, yeah, man. What's good for that? Yeah, you always hot.
You always hot? Well, you could buy a fan. Why a condition unit?
Where's this man name, boy? I didn't have to make a name for this man.
No, we don't have to make a name for the man. He over in the next office. There's a direct line you have inside here. That's the only way you can be calling all the time, so.
That guy,
I have never seen somebody get through so many times, so easily. Do you know that your partner?
He get into real fast. Anyway, folks, you are listening to Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM, 22 minutes before 9 o'clock. And I can tell you it's a league that we never knew we needed. The Sunshine Snacks Ballpark Community League every Monday from 6 p.m. at the ML Ballpark Stadium. That's out of Macoya. Come out and see Beatniks SC, Pacemakers, MIC Tigers, Unveil FC, Love in the House, Vampers FC, Matarita FC, and SME. They're all battling for greatness at the ML Ballpark Stadium in Macoya. Spectators are absolutely free. Remember, the Sunshine Snacks Ballpark Community League is on every Monday night at the ML Ballpark Macoya. See you there.
It's like somebody sending you a friend request. But somebody sending you a friend request. And the picture is a car. I don't want a car as a friend.
But
they send you a dog. I don't want a dog as a friend.
Yeah, but sometimes they even send you a friend request and it's just a drawing.
Immediately,
just a drawing.
Immediately you're knocked out.
And when you're going to the page, you only see flowers.
Yeah, I don't know who you are.
I see a Google Web tree. I say that.
You're looking like a Google Web. And if after accept you as a friend, you put up some stupidness like that, you're going to it.
Easter Sunday, April 21st, the Queen's Park, Savannah.
Well, I can tell you this is what it's all about. Nobody does better, taking it to a whole new level. Knowledge and experience. This is what it's all about when you're listening to Sexplosion here on Power 102 FM. With the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center. That's out of St. Augustine. Don't forget 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you take the factors into consideration that affects a human being, male or female, you will understand why you have certain type of behavior. But if persons are using social media as a means of behavior, you start to question the sanity of that individual. You start to question the integrity of the individual. For example, as I was saying, if you create a Facebook page and you're afraid to put up your picture, it means you have something to hide. Right? You're false. You're creating a false image. So if you put up a picture of a scenery and you send me a friend request with a picture of a scenery, I'm not going to accept you. I'm going to decline. Yeah. Because how do I know who you are, what you pretended to be? Right? You could be a stalker. You could be someone who don't mean anything positive. You could be sending off negative vibrations. I don't need you in my life. And if I have you as a friend on Facebook, and when I'm checking and cleaning up my Facebook friends, because I always add people all the time, and you have never sent me a hello, how you doing, Dr. Raj, good morning, Raj, I eliminate you. Because you're just wasting space for somebody else who will communicate with me, or who will ask a question, or who will watch the program. Because there are many individuals who are my Facebook friends, and I send out the broadcast, but they don't even watch the program. So why do I want you for a friend? Why do I want you for a friend?
Yeah,
now, friend, because I have very few friends. Very few friends. That's why when somebody said they know me, they know of me. They don't know me. Very few people know me because I don't let people into my life very easily. And I always boast about this. My friends from my childhood days, from the time I could remember, are my friends till today.
Yes. Yeah.
More than 2 have been added, but I don't lose friends. And I keep friends very dear to me. Very near and dear.
Beautiful. Anyway, folks, taking the time, 17 minutes before 9 o'clock. I tell you, knowledge and experience. We are taking sex education to a whole new level. Nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education. Every Thursday and Friday evening, right here on Power 102 FM, with the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, which is located in St. Augustine. Folks, you still got exactly 16 minutes in which you can interact with him on this Thursday evening. Simple. 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961. You're listening to a program that deals with sex, love, and relationships. Yeah.
And I do value connectivity with people because I understand there are individuals out there who want help. I understand that there are persons who've been listening to this program for years and get help in writing their exams and other things that they're doing. I understand that. I understand that there are persons who, we are comfort for them.
Oh, yeah.
They look forward to the program. They may never call the program, but we are just the comfort for them. They like hearing us. They like hearing the little joke. They like hearing the information that we give and the education. They like that. So there's a connectivity between them and us. We don't know them, you know. We don't know the 90% of the persons listening out there. We don't. There are some persons who listen to criticize. There are some persons who listen to discuss it tomorrow at work. As a matter of fact, there was one guy, is one guy, who works at an institution where in the morning, during their coffee break, the discussion is, what did Dr. Raj talk about last night?
Okay, we're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Raj.
Good evening.
I have not called you for a very long time, but I am a lady who won a jersey, I think the jersey and mark image many years ago.
Ooh, that is way back when. That was in 2003.
Very long.
Yes.
I just want to say I have learned a lot from your program.
Want to get your products?
I teach adults, and I always recommend that they should listen to what you have to say because some of them are very confused in terms of their knowledge. That what I would call the illiterate then.
Yeah, well, illiteracy comes about because of the lack of knowledge. When you get knowledge, you become literate.
And I also want to say this to that person who called to question your credibility. People must understand and need to have respect for people's religion. Right? Christians are not the only people in this world.
Correct.
So you have a right to be very upset because I heard it in your tone. Because I
was very upset.
I agree 100% with you. Don't come to address my religion. So I want to say, continue the good work. As I said, I have been with you for all these years. I don't always call because I sometimes I don't have the opportunity to call. But I have learned quite a lot from you. So
And we are well aware that there are individuals out there who don't even call the program, and we appreciate them. But we know that they are out there. We do know that.
You have a very good night.
Thank you very much.
Well, thanks a lot for calling.
But the main thing is that the information that is given here all the time, persons can apply it to their lives, learn something about themselves, the behavior of their spouse, the behavior of their loved ones. Their father may be behaving in a particular way. Persons talk about midlife crisis, but they don't understand the intricacies of midlife crisis. And one of the things that bring about midlife crisis is when a man don't feel like a man, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When a man no longer feels like a man, that is a hell of a thing, you know.
Yeah. Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hello, this is Dr. Raj.
Yes, it is.
Dr. Raj, good night.
Good evening.
I have a problem with my penis. Whenever I go to have sex, it won't take for long.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 52.
Any medical problems?
High blood pressure alone.
Okay, well, you could be treated for the high blood pressure by the doctor at the office, and I will treat you for the other issue, which is are you taking medication for it? The high blood pressure?
Yeah, taking the pill.
All right, well, you just answered my question there. Okay, we would have to, the doctor will have to examine you. There will be some changes, but you could be cured.
Okay.
All right.
I could come in and see you. Which part you located?
St. Augustine and Debe, but I'm in Debe on a Tuesday. St. Augustine other days, you just need to call the number 645-4543. You could call right now because there's somebody there at the phone.
Okay, doctor.
Well, thanks a lot for calling. Still 222-8255. That's 222-8255. Also 612-8255. Yeah.
Today a guy called me. Very same thing. Has an issue with diabetes, hypertension, and erectile dysfunction. That is the side effects of those things. And even the side effects of using the drug. We have another call?
Yes, we do. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, one more time. Good evening. Well, they don't want to, they're there, but they don't want to.
That's why Dr. Maharaj
Yeah.
does his part of it. Prashant does his part of it. Others, if we need to send you to a lab, we have a lab that we work with, well, more than one labs. If it's a psychologist, you need to go to a psychiatrist, we have that also. If it's a hypnotist you need to go to, we have that also. Anything that you need to make your life better, we have that.
Beautiful. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good evening.
Yeah, doctor, I have a question I need to ask. I have my girlfriend, right? Lately, friend and friend, after we have sex, 2 days after, she still having like a bit sad. When she gets up in the morning, she's not aware. Is that a problem?
No, as long as she doesn't make it a problem. When you say a discharge, no, the word discharge is, you have to be very careful with that. Where discharge is connotate something negative. Now, if you're telling me that she's still coming 2 days after, there are some women who do that. It depends on the connectivity she has with you and the chemistry that she has with you sexually. There are women who have post-orgasm for days after.
Yeah, because
well, right, that is not a problem. As a matter of fact, that is something to enjoy.
Well, it just started to happen a few weeks ago.
What it is to you, it's strange.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It is something strange, but it's not something to be fearful of, right? As a matter of fact, there may be reasons for that happening, which I wouldn't go into details now because I don't have all the facts. And that's another thing. If I don't have all the facts, sometimes people just skirt the issue and they give me bits and pieces and they expect me to find a solution for them. I don't operate that way.
I know that. I have been listening to you for years.
But I try to give you something to comfort you, to tell you that if you ask me if that is a problem, it is not. It is not, as long as the person is comfortable with what's happening and it is as a result of the love making that takes place. And that's what it shows, the connectivity between you and the person.
Yeah, there's more details, but we want to come into you and talk to you.
No problem. You could do that.
Okay, doctor. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Yeah, family. Okay.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. There are many issues that couples have, that men have, and women facing on a day-to-day basis, and they have no one to ask the question of. They can't go to their pastor, they can't go to the priest, they can't go to the pundit, they can't go to the Molvi. They have to find someone who is trained in that area to give them the correct answer. I have a young lady, she came to me. Can't have sex for years. Never enjoy sex. Went through a short session, not even therapy, just a counseling session. Gave her what? And she actually sent me a picture of her vagina and said she's having sex. In one session.
One session alone.
And she's asked me, please cure me, because she wants to have sex with her husband.
Anyway, folks, taking time, 8 minutes before 9 o'clock. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM. We're going to take a break and would be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Car problems? Well, your solution is Champlain Auto Services. They repair all vehicles, makes and models, even roll-on and roll-off vehicles. Champlain Auto Services is your one-stop shop for batteries, tires, alignment, tune-up, suspension, electrical, and
tonight we're getting more scores in a long time. Even though we had a favorite, eh? Well, you get, yeah, we get another scores today. I can't want coming in here now again here.
Give them a call at 662-6545.
Eh?
Champlain Auto Services, opposite Calvary on the eastern
Yeah, no, a lot of calls the last.
I Am Legend in the festival, Easter Sunday, April 21st.
Show don't stop.
The Queen's Park Savannah, Spain. Just added to I Am Legend the festival. Jamaica's youngest and newest superstar, Coffee. Coffee. I Am Legend the festival, along with Wayne One, also featuring Luciano, the Messenger. Singing Melody, Tony Curtis and the group Lust. Gates open at 3 p.m. For more info, call 610-BOOJU and 484-BOOJU. Buju Coffee. I Am Legend the festival, Easter Sunday, April 21st. The Queen's Park, Savannah.
Before you act, think twice. Think twice. Think clean. Go green. For environmental awareness. Power 102 FM and Boom 94 FM continue to champion responsible action for life, safety, and now a cleaner environment. Our planet is what we make of it, so let's make the right choices. The choice to reduce, to reuse, to recycle, to conserve, to preserve, to responsibly dispose, and to be more mindful of how we impact the world around us for this generation and those still to come. Join us for daily tips on how you can get involved at home, at work, and in your communities. Encourage your neighbors, colleagues, and family as well. Help change the culture and behaviors for a greener, more environmentally conscious TNT. Think twice. Think twice. For environmental awareness. Brought to you by Swimco, the Trinidad and Tobago Solid Waste Management Company Limited. Power 102 FM and Boom 94 in association with the Gillard Group of Companies. Bush Mountain TT, Salo Enterprises, and the Price Club Supermarket. Think twice. Think twice. For a cleaner, greener Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, we go straight to the lines. Thank you for holding, or they'll just missed.
Hi, doctor. My friend wants to know if while she's having sex and it hurts a lot, what could she do? First of all, stop having sex. Pain during intercourse is not normal. It could come about because of a number of reasons. One of it could be chafing of the vagina. That could cause scar tissue in the vagina. Stop having sex if there's pain. If the pain comes about from the womb, it could be endometriosis, it could be polycystic ovaries. You have to be careful about this thing called pain during intercourse, especially if you're feeling it around the ovaries or if you're feeling it in the womb. Stop having intercourse. Get checked out. Find the root cause of your pain, have it treated, and then you can have sex. Sex should never be painful unless you're into B&D S&M. And the pain in B&D S&M is not from the vagina with thrusting. The pain comes from the buttocks, it comes from spanking, it comes from tying in uncomfortable position, it comes from tearing at the skin, it comes from those kind of things, not from penetration pain.
Okay.
If it's penetration pain, it means something is wrong in your vagina. So stop having sex, get it treated. Well, first of all, diagnosed and treated.
Sounds about right.
Hi, good night, guys. This is from Nadia. Good night, Nadia. How are you? I guess she's one of our regular listeners. I have another question. How long does it take for a woman's vagina to close up? Please don't call my name. I don't ever call your name. I know I'm not supposed to call your name, Jennifer. Jennifer don't want me calling her name. What do you mean for a woman's vagina to close up? A woman could have sex now and 2 seconds after it closed once you come out of the vagina. It depends on what you were doing to the vagina.
Well, yes.
That's a good sign.
Once a woman is satisfied, the vagina naturally starts to close up.
Shall close up.
Yeah. There are some women who have naturally tight vaginas. So no matter what you do to the vagina, it closes up. If you mean over a period of time, it all depends on the woman. It depends on the elasticity of the vagina. It depends on what you would do. Now, if you're fisting a woman and you remove your fist from inside of her vagina, she's going to take a couple of minutes to close up, or maybe longer. If it's not fisting and it's a penis or your tongue or your finger, it will take a shorter period of time.
Well, of course, yeah.
Right? So it all depends on what you're doing to the vagina.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, 3 minutes. I'm hoping that we get a call within 3 minutes.
Why?
You know, because, I mean, the response is so great this evening.
Oh, that's why. I say trying to break a record.
Yeah, looking to close off on a right foot. So you've got a couple of minutes in which you can give us a call at 222-8255. That's 222-8255.
2 minutes to get fresh air.
Also at 612-8255. Sexplosion on this Thursday. See, I tell you what, I got one. Hello and welcome.
I think you're paying somebody to do that, you know.
Hello. Oh, they left us.
You see, you didn't pay them enough. You did not pay them enough.
More than $50.
Yeah. So anyway, 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Sexplosion on this Thursday evening with Dr. Raj. Yeah.
And not the expired $50 or the one they banned, disbanded in this 1976. And we're talking about
Oh, yeah.
The new $50 bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to look at you and say, spend me.
Yeah, that's the one you're paying them $50.
No, you did that. Oh, there you was going. So you
$250. No blues.
So is there you're going with it?
I don't know. I'm asking. The amount of calls we get tonight, and that one guy who called about 25 times. You know how much money you have to pay?
He called 6 times.
Well, who could?
Yeah, he called,
like $300.
He called 6 times.
That's more than we just book for here.
And out of the 6 times he called, he passed the same comment 3 times out of those 6 calls.
Oh, so it was like one call.
So it was one call.
It was one call. So that's 4. I feel like the experience, you know. Went to a hotel, when she take out everything, it wasn't what I was expecting. I grabbed my money, put it in my pocket, and ran out of the hotel.
No, he bounced up a dipstick.
Because it was another man.
Yeah.
Anything got up, you know, in sweet tea and tea?
No, but as you rightfully say, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody, but the makeup thing is a problem.
Excessive makeup and transformation of oneself, especially, okay, for example, there are more women now who have straighter hair who have never had straight hair.
Right, yes, I agree with that. I agree with that.
But they have to take it off to do anything. There are women who weave things into their natural hair and they can't even wash it. So you could imagine the scent of that. There are women who put chemical in their hair. And I'm not knocking anyone, but I'm telling you it's disgusting. When they come near you smelling this disgusting chemical and they feel they look good. But how could you be looking good when you're smelling bad? No, it smells worse than it smells rank.
Well,
because you're destroying the scalp, right? You're destroying the roots of your hair, and it's going to let out an odor. So how could you tell yourself that you're looking good, but you're smelling bad? And these are the things that you have to, somebody have to tell them. It's like a beautiful woman with a stink breath.
Yeah.
A woman with bad breath is the worst possible thing, I'm telling you as it is. If you want me to run far from you, come to me with a bad breath. I gone.
Well, that's a turn off. Eh?
No, I'm telling you, it's a turn off.
That's a turn off.
You could be as beautiful. No, you don't want that mouth on you. You don't want to kiss that person. You don't want that person to perform oral sex on you because you're going to get a bacterial infection. You're going to get phimosis from that. Guys out there, remember that. You get phimosis from bad breath. Halitosis gives you that. It causes a chemical change in the penis and you get cuts on your penis, on your foreskin. I do not want anyone like that near me. I'm telling you as it is. We have reached the end of our program. This is our Thursday night program, 7 to 9. Junior is running me from the studio.
of course not.
But that's okay. I see you giving me the signal, Raj. Go from here, go
No,
from here
you
fast.
know,
But that's all right. That's all right. Junior is okay. I go in.
Family, I won't go down that
I
road.
go in.
After
I
listening
know you have a nice program and thing to do now where you don't have us to take on. Prashant and I will be walking out of the studio until tomorrow when I'll come back in your tail.
You'll come back.
From 9 o'clock. And I hope all them people who pay $50 to call the program, you double up the money and they call tomorrow.
No, they're going to call tomorrow because I'm pretty sure with that. I think we should continue that makeup thing tomorrow.
From a different angle, I plan to.
Yeah.
And Jennifer says, thanks for answering all my questions. You have a good night and reach home safe. Don't call my name. Okay, Jennifer.
Yeah. Want to meet? Who knows? Maybe Jennifer might make a trip down here tomorrow, and we could meet her personally. You never know.
Yeah,
right?
we'll invite Jennifer to come. And somebody asked that we bring one of our patients here as a testimony. Let me tell you something. People afraid to come on Sexplosion. We have invited persons. We have an open invitation of anyone who wants to come on Sexplosion as an angel or otherwise. That has been going on for 19 years. People afraid to come on Sexplosion.
Yeah,
it's not that we wouldn't host them. We have 5 extra mics. We have mics in your hoo-ha.
And seats too.
And seats. No, but we have enough. Look at all those chairs. Anyway, good night, folks.
We have so much chairs. We are cheering up.
You the chairman of the board.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
You've been listening to Sexplosion on Power 102 FM with the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center. And don't forget, folks, you can join Dr. Raj again tomorrow evening from 9 right here on Power 102 FM. Now, the most amount of calls we get is
in a long time.